Welcome. So, I've been writing my dissertation for basically the whole summer until now, and it's almost November. So, it's been a while, but I'm done. Like, I just have to hear back from my professor, but I'm done. So, I was thinking because, during this whole time of writing my thesis, I spent the majority of my days in front of my computer, whole morning, whole afternoon. I could read only in the evening, like half an hour, something like that, and not being able to read as much as I want to really affected me somehow. So because I'm finished, I thought, okay, let's see how much I can read in 24 hours. I'm not gonna read for 24 hours consecutively, but I'm gonna use a timer, and when I pick up the book, I'm gonna start the timer until I reach 24 hours. I actually have a few books that I wanna get around. I've been reading A Little Life for almost 2 months. I have like 100 pages left. As you can see, it's not a lot. So I definitely want to finish reading this one. And in the meanwhile, I also got other books. I got The Great Gatsby and The Firekeeper's Daughter. Very excited to read this one, and the cover is just stunning. I love it. Let's see how much of these babies I can read.
I couldn't fall asleep again. Been overthinking all the little things I've said. I'm sleep deprived almost every night, and I wish that I wouldn't think instead. I know the sun is up and I got things to do, but I don't think I've got the energy to move. And I go back to my dreams again, but I shouldn't be sleeping when it's daylight now and I'm stuck in my bed. Daylight now and I'm stuck in my head, 'cause I've been stressing out all on my own when I should make my way out. My home is daylight now, gotta open my eyes.
I just finished A Little Life. I am devastated in the best way possible. I am speechless, really. It was devastating, but so good. Okay, it definitely destroyed me in the best way possible. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. Yeah, and maybe it's because we follow the characters throughout their lives, basically, but you really start caring so much for them. It's just incredible, and I love the way the memories and the train of thoughts and the narration went on, really. It was amazing. Devastating, especially the last chapter. I had to kind of take a step back, take a few moments, and then start again because it was just too much all of a sudden. But it's beautiful. It's definitely one of the best books I've ever read, and that I've read this year. Now I have to decide which one of these to start, because hear me out. I'd love to start The Firekeeper's Daughter because it seems extremely interesting, but it's a big book. And, The Great Gatsby, it's pretty short. It's not even like 200 pages. And I feel like I need something like that, especially after an 1100 pages book. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start reading The Great Gatsby next.
You're feeling lost, but I'm still willing to try. I'm still willing to try. Remember those times that we had? We were in school and I made you laugh. Low-key I live in.
So yesterday I kind of finished The Great Gatsby. I really liked this one. The next book, it's gonna be The Firekeeper's Daughter.
And there's fire in the rain.
Okay, I finished Firekeeper's Daughter and it was very, 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 very good. I didn't know what the book was about when I grabbed it at the bookstore, but I'm really, really happy that I got it. There are like so many themes and things that are talked about in this book. I mean, the main theme, the main story, the main trope is the investigation, and then there's the culture of natives, in particular Donis, the main character's tribe, and then there are like other few things, like there's romance, but it's not too much or too little, it's just the perfect amount, and then there's acceptance, and there are also kind of like bad stuff like sexual assault, and also how native women are perceived by white people. So it was very, very intriguing and extremely engaging. I really I was trying to understand, to solve, you know, the investigation along with Donis. I just really, really loved it. It was a very good read, this one. Definitely one of the best book I've read this year so far. Okay, it was at like 23 hours and something, but the timer went off, so now I cannot remember. I think it was like we had 40 minutes to arrive at the complete 24 hours. So in 40 minutes, I don't know what I could be reading. So I have this extremely short book. I think it's like a short story of Sherlock Holmes. It's literally 40 pages long, so I could be reading this one. Definitely I'm gonna start with this one and then see how long, like how much time I have left. So first off, I am sorry if you hear noises in the background, but my cat has been going a little bit crazy today, so you might hear some weird noises in the background. We're done reading for 24 hours, not straight. Here's the books that have been read during these 24 hours. First book that I finished is A Little Life. A Little Life is the story of four friends living their lives from college, when they meet, throughout their whole life. Also about how their lives intertwined with each other's and with other people in their lives. There were a bunch of time jumps from, I don't know, you are reading something happened when they were 40 and 2 seconds later something that happened when they were 20. The list of trigger warning, it's extremely long. I swear. I've annotated a bunch in this book, underlined a bunch of lines. I didn't tab them. I don't know, I think it's extremely funny, you know, you just look around and you see something underlined, like here. I gave A Little Life easy 5 stars. Loved it, absolutely. The next one is The Great Gatsby. I thought that this book was longer just because the movie is like 2 hours and something, so I was like, okay, like it must be at least 200 pages. It's 170 pages. I really, really liked it. I really enjoyed it, the way it was written. It was extremely lyrical in my opinion, and I kind of love that. I gave this one 4.5 stars. Nick is the narrator of this story. He moves to this little town in another state And in that state and in that little town, his cousin lives there with her husband and their kid. He moves into this house, and his neighbor is Jay Gatsby. And what's peculiar about Gatsby is that he has a huge house, and he hosts a bunch of parties. Crazy parties. Nick gets invited, he goes to a few parties, and then he becomes friends with Jay Gatsby. And then there's something that happens, stories and connections between the character, and yeah, there are a lot of things that happen. There are a lot of things going on in such a little amount of pages. So it's very fast-paced. I also liked how the characters were developed. I feel like you can really understand the role of the character in the story. The next one was Firekeeper's Daughter. As I said, I didn't know what this book was about, and I'm really grateful I didn't know. Donis, she lost her uncle, and now her grandmother is in hospital after a heart attack. She's about to start college, and this new guy comes along in the city, in the town, and he joins the hockey team where she's kind of like not really practicing, but it's kind of like a summer camp for hockey. And this guy, Jamie, is joining the team. As she's getting closer to this Jamie, something happened. She witnessed a murder, and because of that, she agrees to go undercover and to investigate with the FBI to find out why that murder happened, but most importantly, to track a drug dealer situation in the tribe. It has so many things. There's a romance, there's the mystery, the investigation itself, which I think was extremely fun for me reading it, because I kind of was investigating along with Donis. And then there's a lot of native culture, especially about this specific tribe. I really liked it. I really enjoyed the way it was written. It flows extremely well. I gave it 4.5. I could have given 5 stars, but there's something that happens that I think it's not really well developed or talked about in the right way or talked about enough. So that kind of threw me off, but the rest of the book was extremely great, and I couldn't give less than 4.5. The last one, it's the short story of Sherlock Holmes. I mean, it was okay, it was nothing crazy. It's like 40 pages short story. You can read it literally in half an hour, even less if you are a fast reader. Okay, it's about a very rare stone found in a gooseneck, and Sherlock and Watson are trying to find out how that extremely rare and expensive stone ended up in the goose's throat. That stone was stolen from a very rich woman in a hotel. Yeah, it's very quick, like nothing really happened. It's just them getting to the point pretty quickly. But I mean, it's a Sherlock Holmes, so I kind of have a soft spot for Sherlock Holmes, so I gave it like 3 stars. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.